All right, what is up? What is up? What is up? Wanted to do a kind of an update video. This might be like one of my first videos actually to Patreon, but wanted to do a quick update video, just sharing some ideas I have in the hopefully relatively near future. And by near future, I'm talking like the next few months down the line. But basically, the other day I was kind of just experimenting. I made a post about this on here, but I was experimenting, thinking about things like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. If you know me, I love trading cards. Um, Specifically like trading cards with rules behind them, like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, TCG, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff. I don't know why. It's like a board game almost, but it's not. I don't know. They're fun. And the other day I was kind of thinking to myself, like, it'd be kind of cool if the Academy had like cards to them. And part of the inspiration was because there's a character in the Academy that will eventually come up like 50 years from now. And her whole gimmick is that she uses magic with cards. She kind of uses she captures the monsters. It's pretty much like Yu-Gi-Oh, but within the Academy. Just an excuse for me to make a character like this. But I kind of wanted to make something real, especially for you guys. I wanted to kind of come up with something that'd be interesting, maybe a collectible, maybe something that only Patreon members could possibly have. And of course, the way I am, I try to up the ante. So at first it was like, oh, what if they just had like a digital collectible card? And it does nothing, but it looks cool. So I made that. And I'll try to put like pictures here in the video, but I made that. And then I was like, well, if you get a card, like it'd be dope to also like be able to play with the cards. So that means you need more cards. And so I started making more cards. So I made a whole set. So I got like pretty much a card for like not every, but a lot of the characters that appear from chapters 1 through 5, even though 4 and 5, as I'm recording this video, are not out yet. And even from like some of the one-shots, like my boy Kajiana, another character, if you've read some of the one-shots, he's like the main character in like one of them, and he's like he's a side character in like the second one-shot. Made a card about him just to kind of like complete a set. And then I was like, you know what though? If you're gonna have a set, if you're gonna have multiple cards, you might as well like really try to set something up for the community, for like the Patreon members, so they can actually play this game. That'd be dope. And I was like, okay, why not? So I started trying to make a game. I guess me trying to get to the point. Using Google AI Studio. And my goal was to kind of make like an actual legitimate card game. Using like my IP, the Academy, using like my characters, using like in general some of the concepts from the Academy, but translated to like a card game format. Obviously inspired by like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon TCG. And I don't know, I thought that'd be something like cool to have exclusive to the members that they can play amongst each other. And I also thought for people who are like elite tier, like the highest tier that pays $9 a month, what I would do is, my whole plan is once I get to 5 chapters-ish, more or less, depending on where the story ends at that point, maybe 4 chapters, but I'm shooting for 5. I was gonna make a whole volume, like an actual physical volume. Some friends of mine kind of reached out about my comic and they said, oh, the comic looks cool, it looks dope. Are you gonna make an actual book? And at the time, I didn't think about doing that. It was all gonna be just digital. And it'll still be digital. But they recommended like actually making a book because they said, oh, well, some people like to have an actual hard copy of a comic or of manga. So you should try that. And initially I was like, nah, I don't want to go through all that. But then I kind of thought about it and thought, you know what? It would be cool to have an actual book. So naturally I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. So that's coming at some point. Once I get to 5 chapters, you'll see the actual book. And I figured if I'm going to do the cards, if I'm going to do the book, as a reward to people who are choosing to really invest in this project and choosing to invest into me, that's the way I see Patreon. If you're donating your money, that's an investment into me, and I 1000% appreciate that. I know the economy's weird, especially if you're like in the elite tier. $9 is not cheap. For some people, they're like, oh, it's just $9 a month. It's still a lot. Like $9 a month can still go a long way. There's still plenty of cool, useful stuff you can buy. So I appreciate you taking any amount of money, especially $9 per month, to invest in this. I think that's dope. I can't express how much I appreciate it. And so I figured, well, I want the money that people donate to actually be used for something like interesting. That's always been like my thought process. I don't like the idea of taking money, even if you've technically earned it, or even if people are willing to give it to you. I like an exchange. So if you're gonna give me money, I gotta give you something back of equal or greater value. And I figured, okay, well, all the elite tiers, you'll get a book. I'll sign it. I wasn't gonna sign it at first, but my friend recommended I sign it, so I'll sign it. And I'll make like a pack of like the cards, so they're like physical cards, and put that with the book as well. I don't know why I thought that'd be like so dope. And maybe down the line, if this whole academy thing does like blow up and if it does become popular and it does take off, the way I see it, the people like the OGs that started off with me, that were here from the very beginning, you guys have something that no one else has and no one else can ever like really get. And I think that's just super cool. Even if this doesn't like blow up, and it probably won't, but even if it doesn't, I still think like the idea of having physical cards is kind of dope. But I think it'd be cooler if you had it before like everything takes off. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to kind of just yap about in this video. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you would be stoked to get like a signed physical volume. So that would be like 5 chapters plus like bonus material exclusive to the volume. I will eventually put like volume stuff on the website as well and on Patreon. But I do want to give people who order the book first crack at it, first dibs at it, because you're using your money. You're paying for the book. So I want that value to be there. And yeah, with the book, I also want to throw in like a card pack or like a deck of cards because, I don't know, cards are awesome. I think it's cool. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Let me know how you like that idea, if that's a good idea, if that's a bad idea. Let me know if you'd actually play the game too. And yeah, that's it. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.